Okay, Angelina, we come to the part of this presentation where I'm going to be explaining to you the difference between a listing agent and a buying agent. Do you know the difference?
I do not.
Well, this here is a contract that a listing agent has with the seller of the house. What that does is it binds the listing agent and the selling agent so that the listing agent only works for the selling agent exclusively and gets them the best price and terms for their house. I, on the other hand, am a buyer's agent. As a buyer's agent, what I do is I get the best price and terms for the house for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now in this agreement, we have your name, we have the brokerage. The terms, typically here I have a 3-month term. Most buyer's agents have a 6-month term. I believe that in 3 months we should be able to put you in the house that you want to be in, or we will have missed our mark. And then we'll have to regroup and take a look at, what it is we're trying to find you at a home in a location.
Okay.
The type of property that you're looking for is a single-family home in Brandon, up to $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been pre-qualified for a mortgage?
Yes.
Okay, and I do see that you want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in the Brandon area with a fence?
Right.
Single story?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here are my obligations to you. I have to give you all my professional knowledge and skills. I have over 13 years being a buyer's agent, and we're going to be discussing and locating properties. Now, when I locate these properties for you, you have an obligation back to me. Within 24 hours, what I ask you to do is look at the property, let me know if you want to see it, or if it's not of interest to you, let me know that also, okay?
Okay.
Here we have a retainer fee. I typically put 0 here. I don't charge any retainer fee. I get paid by the seller of the home. It's typically 3%. If there's any listing out there that's under 3%, such as 2.5%, I will ask you to make up the 0.5% difference. Is you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, great. There's a protection period that I have. This is 45 days after this contract is terminated. Reason being, let's just say I show you a house and then you go back a week or so later with your aunt, your uncle, or somebody that's in real estate, that's a friend, and want to have them show you the house and have them get the commission. I can go after them for my portion of the commission because I'm the one that showed you the house initially. Is that all right?
Yep.
And there's a early termination, which means if you and I don't work together, please let me know and I'll do my best to fix it. If I can't fix it and we still come to an impasse, and we'll just part ways and this agreement will be null and void. Is that all right?
Yep.
I always want to work with a happy buyer. I don't want to work with a buyer that doesn't want to work with me.
Mm-hmm.
Brokerage relationship by the state of Florida, I have to let you know there's different types of brokerage relationships. There's a single agent where they help you just go look for homes and work in your best interest. There's a transaction broker that works for you and also as a listing agent, so they do both sides of the fence. And then there's a single agent with the consent to transition to a transaction broker, and I'll talk to you about that in a moment. And there's also non-representation where I just basically do the paperwork and that's it. I don't offer any advice or anything. Just do the funds and that's it. What I am is I'm a single agent of the buyer with the consent to transition to a transaction broker. Now that's a lot of words. All that means is here at our RE/MAX we have over 100 listings. If you like one of our listings, I can't tell them, oh my gosh, she likes it and she'll pay any price for it. On the other hand, the listing agent's not going to say anything to me like, oh my goodness, like they're going through hard times or a divorce or something. They'll take whatever you put out there as an offer. So that's why here at our firm we're two totally separate sides of the house. The two don't intermingle. So we'll be signing this shortly.
Okay.
We're going to get to what I call meat and potatoes part, the most important part of the form. This is a buyer's information disclosure. If there's mold in the house that you like, I'll say let's just walk away. If it's a lot of mold, we don't need to deal with that because it's hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes to clear that up. And property tax information, use that as a guideline because that's not always going to be the exact taxes you'll be paying that when you see them on the listing, because the people could be homesteaded, it could be a little low. But I will give you a website that you can go on at Hillsborough Property Tax Appraiser's office, where you can get an estimate of taxes, a ballpark. Also, flood insurance. If you may need to get flood insurance on the house, we will deal with that if you get to that point. If you pick a house that you really love and it's in a floodplain, we'll talk about that. Home warranty. The home warranty on a house, I always ask the seller in my offers to pay for the home warranty, but let's just say we get the house at a reduced price. Oftentimes the seller will say, well, I'm not paying for the home warranty too. In that case, I will have you initial here. That doesn't mean you have to buy a home warranty. I'll recommend it, but let's just say in the home inspection, they might say, for example, the air conditioner is old, and you might say, oh, I need a home warranty because if it dies within the first year, typically a home warranty company will give you several thousands of dollars if they can't fix it towards the purchase of a new one. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
A home inspection, I always recommend a home inspection because you'll never know what you find, and that's to protect you in your best interest. A home inspector works specifically for you. There's a brokerage fee of $3.95 that we pay, that I ask you to pay. That's a fee for RE/MAX.
I don't think I would be willing to pay that much.
You don't want to pay that fee for RE/MAX?
No, thank you.
Well, let me explain to you a little bit what that fee does. We have a transaction coordinator, and while I'm out showing houses, what she is doing is she's in house, and what she does is she answers any questions. She's there for 8 hours a day, and also the $3.95. If you never buy a house with us, you never pay the fee. That's only charged at closing.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay. This is our third-party vendors. This is just a list of who we do business with. I have to let you know that, for example, when I go for an insurance company, we have Artisan Insurance. So these are vendors that have been tried and true, and they've done a very good job for us. We have to disclose that. So also there's a survey. The survey, if we use Hillsborough Title, they typically order a survey before closing. Typically, though, whenever I write a contract, I'll go to the seller's title company to help save you money. Because if you pick your own, you have to pay the whole cost. I like saving money, don't you?
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, now here's our transaction broker notice. These are my duties. I have to be honest and fair, accounting for all funds. I have to use skill and care and diligence, disclosing all known facts. Anything I know about it or anything I hear, I'll let you know also, in addition to the seller's disclosure on the house that I find out. Limited confidentiality, that means, once again, if it's one of our listings, they won't tell me why they're selling, their motivation, and I can't tell them, oh my God, you really love the house. And then that's basically it, and you could sign that. And one more thing, what I didn't go over is when you go out there, let's say on your own one day on a weekend, and you find a construction home, a new construction home, I'm going to give you a couple of my cards to take with you because I can negotiate those homes for you also, either the price, and if it's a hot area, if I can't reduce the price for you, I can certainly get you an option or two thrown in. And if you go by yourself, and without me, you'll probably be leaving money on the table you didn't even realize.
Okay.
Okay? So are we ready to sign?
Yes.